back to work. All right, folks. And one thing I can't overemphasize to you guys enough is that me and Jesus don't have a plan. Okay, there is no plan at all. You know, there's no. He's working on a plan. Working on a plan. Forgive debt and trespass and love one eternal faithful peace. Right. He's working on a plan. We're working on a plan, dudes. Yeah. Forgive debt and trespass and love one eternal faithful peace. Working on a plan. Why you motherfuckers always say that? It's not true. Right? It's not true. We're not working on a plan. You know, when someone is the way, the truth, and the life. Okay, where's the plan to that? Life is eternal. Grace is infinite. Share, care, give in accordance to need, built to last. Okay, he has a plan for your life. So those are commands. So I wasn't planning on changing his commands because they're perfect. So what's my plan that goes in contrast to Jesus's plan? You know, and I always try to tell people that because people always tell me, oh, he knows exactly what the devil's doing. No, he doesn't. No. Why? Well, because his plan was, I gave you perfect commands, so live it. If you want to say that's his plan, it's not really a plan. It's like, we're going to beat them at the game. What game? You guys, how do you play games with truth? How do you play games with love? You know, you don't. You love Natalie? Sometimes. No, it's the wrong answer. I will always love you. Always and forever. Okay. Like you. When you started making plans to do other stuff that is selfish after you told me we were going to be married for a lifetime, then, no, I don't like you, but I always love you. Right? That little girl on Lawrence Hill, you're never going to stop loving that person, no matter what. That means you like them for what they say. It doesn't matter what they look like, what they, maybe they've never loved. Maybe they've never been loved, If she killed it, we can end it with that. No. Because I'm the way, the truth, and life. Care, share, given accordance to need, built to last. What are you doing? Let's forgive that there didn't trespass first. Then those kids in indoctrination training on Laurel Hills, I'm an adult. Are you sure you're adults? The world needs more adults. Stop being an adult. Be a human being. All right. Don't worry about that all children and adult bullshit that you guys do, because, I wasn't even 4 years old when I explained to Spencer J. Kimball and the Quorum of the 12 how fucking wrong they were about killing Jesus to pay for their dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Right? When you accept sin, you're living in hell. When you reject sin, you're being heavenly. Being heavenly in hell is very difficult. Right? It sucks hard. Okay. You're constantly tolerable. How do you feel? Tolerable. I shouldn't be treated this bad, right? And one lady at the store yesterday, the Lord said, treat me better in my later days. It's not happening. It's like you prayed to Jesus and he said things will get better the older you get than when you were younger, right? Who are you thinking about? Yourself or people? Well, life's eternal and grace is infinite. Do you want things to get worse for people and better for you? You want to build robots and protect yourself from the other people's robots so no one can kill your clone because you don't want to die? Or do you want the world to be a place where people don't try to kill each other with each other's robots, where robots are merely babysitters for people that are eternal assholes, and the Messiah just doesn't want to spend his whole life babysitting him or having good people babysitting them. So we'll take their robots. We'll correct their robots because we can't correct them because they're selfish. And then we'll have their robots, which are a lot like them, Mr. Data and Mr. Bicentennial Man them. And people will invent some robots that are a lot like moi. And those robots will be like, holy shit, burgers and fries, those are the best robots in the world. But you don't want to take a robot like me and make them be a babysitter to someone like Elon Musk and Mr. I'm going to have more robots and cars in India. Because that robot would drive Mr. Robot's. Okay. Elon Musk and his daddy's going to see that robot that babysits them as, you're right, you're a goddamn genius. Shit, what was I thinking? You think I was thinking? Right. But if you give him a robot like me, I just want to kill you. Okay, me too. And okay. So yeah, this is bad. It's bad brain activity. It's bad brain activity, right? But if you get the robot that thinks like them and is controlled by quantum computing, which is life is eternal, grace is infinite, share, care, give, accordance, need, built to last. The only way morons and psychotics feel powerful is debt and trespass. So we've already forgiven debt and trespass. So we've completely eliminated entrepreneur. Okay. The illusion of the entrepreneur. The delusion of the entrepreneur. Okay. The God delusion. Life's eternal, grace is infinite, share, care, give, accordance, need, built to last. There's no delusion there. That's perfect. Okay. Entrepreneur, the entrepreneur delusion, right? I'm going to give you a bunch of shit you don't need and become a multimillionaire. Then I'm going to be successful at being a threat to the planet species so we can't share, care, give, accordance, need, built to last. Life is eternal and grace is infinite, but our eternal existence will cease to exist because you don't share, care, give, accordance, need, built to last. It's just math. The entrepreneur is far beyond this cold illusion. We may know eternity. There's a door upon your forehead. And, and once that, there's the reason why, Jesus would be better to pluck your eye out than it would be to, keep making that sin to build those memories of what you did that was sin that make you feel good, mama, right? So all the sin that you built up, right? Now I understand. You know how I tell people, I love everybody, but you appreciate some kids more than others, and I think it's no secret because I'm a pragmatic person. I'm not a liar. Okay? That I appreciate people that reject bullshit better than I do people that accept bullshit and then keep telling you, no, I'm going to believe this bullshit. Really. So Jesus is a magic God in your head that is full of complete selfish bullshit. It's going to kill everybody that doesn't accept your selfish bullshit, right? You don't have to obey his commands because he's your selfish bullshit. And the people in the Sipa Temple Set Illuminati, I told them that, I understand, it's all bullshit. But here's the truth. Well, they won't let us do that. Excuse me? The selfish bullshit people have, I know they set it up to where if I can't fuck her, nobody can fuck her. Okay, but that was corrected by January 22nd, 2013. Mm-hmm. I know something about love. You gotta want it bad. If that guy's got into your blood, go out and get him if you want him to be the very part of you that makes you want to breathe. Here's the thing to do. I already know what's up. Guys, if you can't talk everybody in your circle into coming to San Ysidro to believe in Parsons, before you get to Parsons, the Temple Set Illuminati will kill the people that stay in the group. That's your punishment. Okay. So I get it, you know. So there are selfish people in her circle that say one thing but do another that won't go with her to Kohl's, you know. Remember I told you I had that vision at Kohl's? And I told Jennifer, I said, the kids were with us, and Mark was there, and Leslie and Linda and some other people, you know, and your ma, you know. And this lady that raised, I love her, I love her. There's a Maine like lady that helped raise the kids. I don't know who she is. I think I'm wondering, is she the one in the background with, you know, Merry Christmas, everybody, give, you know. I think, I'm not sure, but I feel this about this woman, you know. But she's there, right? And then that's about it. You know? Other people don't want to, you know, they feel confident with their group that their group is right, that their genocide group is right. And it's like, no, the killing just needs to stop. This is wrong, right? And so, you know, we spent the last 13 plus years trying to talk other people into believing into living Christ, me. Number one, and that's hard to do. I can't do it with my own family. They believe in the Vatican's comic book for the Bank of Child Molesters as opposed to Earl. You know, it's like, serious. Okay, you don't believe that God gives us life, and that the living correction to things that are written down that don't work is a God-given, life-given human being. The Ark of the Covenant is this. Last night, while trying to sleep, you know, they have this big circus gimmick they built in Kentucky called Noah's Ark, right? And if you take every animal on the planet, 2 by 2, and put them on a big wooden boat, and then have what is necessary, the meat, okay, to feed the lions and the bears. I know something about love. And you see how that lion is very territorial, and he's stalking her when she's making the video, because all that movement with the camera crew and stuff is making him nervous. Or her, it's a female. Yeah. Have you seen that video? You know, and she's watching them and stalking them because this is her territory, and they're being too aggressive, and they're moving too much, and there's too much energy that's making the lion territorial. She gives that look, and the bear's like, hey, you know, bears are badass. Bears just kind of, hey, I don't have to stalk you, just you camera crew, hey, don't fuck with me, motherfuckers. Right? Bears are different than lions, right? Lions are lionesses. Yeah, they're like that, you know. Hey, static. Don't start none. Won't be none. And bears are like, try it, motherfucker. Try it. Bring it on, right? The lioness is more like, hey, you know, I'm ready, you know. The bear's like Muhammad Ali, you know. Come on, crazy Sonny, listen, come on, boy. I'm a crazy, I'll fuck you up. Right, they're funny. They're cute. Well, because they're using a camera, and that's human mechanization, and there's a lot of dominance and energy there, you know, like people with big guns and shit. And so animals get real. Yeah. So they're such a cute group, man. They're very cute, aren't they? They're a cute bunch. Yeah. The Exciters, yeah. You look at a lot of them, a lot of them are very cute. They got lots of charisma. Yeah, anybody else have a big crush on 3 Degrees when you were young, like King Charles of England? Yeah, they had really nice voices. The lead singer voice, she's really pretty, and she has that wonderful voice, and you're just swooning, right? Oh, she's so pretty. She sings so nice. Oh my gosh, she's like Nancy Wilson, right? I follow her all around the country, and she'd have to have somebody put a restraining order on me. Right? No, you don't call. Lots of people do that, and it happens. And you're not a weirdo. You're not a weirdo if you're a supermodel and you have a crush on a professional basketball player because he's gorgeous, he dances and he sings real good too, and he's real nice, and he pays for other people's, he at his home arena, he pays for the parents' night off and kids that are good local basketball players, and gets them free seats and stuff so they can come see the game and come talk to the guys, and get the Clyde Drexler uh, talk. There was women like this in every town. They're just coming after the money, and you got to be responsible and and respect yourself and these women and so forth. And you don't use people for sex. And yeah, they're in every town. That's one of the prettiest women I've seen, right? Well, it was Clyde Drexler. Okay, it was in Phoenix. It was a black woman, shimmering black hair, perfect skin, pleasing figure. Walks up to him and sees him, and she hands him, a piece of paper with a note, and he put it in his pocket, and because he was talking to me, and we were taking so long in conversation because it was about mom, and and Jim Paxson dissing mom, and and saying, y'all, maybe your kid's just not good enough to play in the NBA. And my mom's sitting there trying to convince him, well, that's why we came to talk to you, because we saw the show and you were so classy, and people said that you weren't good enough to play, but you proved them wrong. And that's going to inspire a lot of kids to get up and keep trying, right? And he was pissed off because they just lost, and he looked at me up and down and said, well, maybe he's just not good enough to play, because I was 5'11", and it had looked like Freddie Prinze Jr. with his dad's hair, and people looked at me and they were like, he's the best basketball player you've ever seen. Him. Okay. Now, if it was a black family, he might have said, well, you just keep on trying, young man. You'll probably make it even if you're black and 6 feet tall, if you look like a basketball player. But I didn't look like a basketball player. That's what freaked out, like being in the football with the coaches at Mayfield and Cruces laughing. And then watching flag football and going, God damn. Okay. He takes away the whole side of the field and he toasts anybody any way he wants. And if you don't have a good quarterback, all you got to do is throw a bubble screen, and you can't get the guy's flag. He's faster than everybody, and he's got more shimmy in the Cocoa Bop than any Cocoa Bop's got shimmy. Well, I didn't think I was faster than everybody because I didn't try to raise people and embarrass people. But when you have an objective, get the baby to its home, right? And then that's why my coach in Little League, Earl, just don't be afraid. But they'll hit you, and that hurts, Just make contact, keep your eye on the ball. You don't have to try to kill it. You're a little guy. Just make contacts and then run, Forrest, run. I was running, And he had me bat lead off. He put me in right field because I was the runt and I was scared. Okay. And I didn't have a real strong balls on accurate. Okay. And I didn't want to play infield because they hit line drives at you and stuff. I felt safer shagging flies, right? Because they'll hit the ball screaming line drives at you. And I was like, I don't want to catch screaming line drives. The motherfuckers try to hurt you, right? Later, I practiced to be like Frank Tavares and Ozzie Smith, and with a tennis ball against the side of our adobe house, and I could do shit that other kids on my team couldn't do. I had reaction speed and hands. You know. You want to fight? Okay, I don't want to fight you, but this ain't going to get to a sucks because I'm going to beat the shit out of you before you have a chance to try to fight me. Okay? Then you're going to say, wow, I didn't mean to try to hurt you. I'm sorry you had to beat the shit out of me. You fell out like with old Antoine. You fell off the jetway again, didn't you? I knew exactly what I was going to do. I ain't gonna stand there to get hit, or and I am quicker than your girlfriend, and you back of the head to the wall, belt loop, belt loop over the rail, bam. Okay, I only call the cops, call an ambulance too. He might have an injury or two. Make sure he's okay. He'll never walk again. You'll also probably. Well, it's going to be hard to beat up on your baby mama from a wheelchair, motherfucker. I told you. Okay, Earl? That's just the way Earl is. When I see red, I'm like King David. Gilbert, Gilbert, Amy's, not Amy, and his baby daddy, The drug dealers at Casamia, the drug dealers in Bunny Doon. No, when I see red, it's like, hey, static ain't starting on, it won't be done. I go to a different person. I don't get all, badass. It's just, okay, you you threaten me, I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to do it, right? And if you kill me, you're going to have to drug me to death and try to make an example of me to all the chicken shits, or you're going to have to snipe me, like Al G said. Okay? Once a pussy face, always a pussy face. All right? Don't use a gun, a screwdriver, or a knife, They don't use their hands. They don't want to get killed. They have their pervert little child molesting scientists poison me with the rest of the poor people through voluntary manslaughter, so you can pray to your God to get you your money you need to fuck to keep you safe for your fucking and your money. Yeah. You ain't no different than the fucking Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, Zoroastrians, Quakers, Amish. You ain't no different. Ain't it funny how your new life hasn't changed things? You're still the same old girl you used to be. If ever I would leave you, it would not be in summer. Oh, seeing you in summer, I could never go. Right? Your hair streaked with sunlight. Yeah, that puts gold to flame. Yeah, I love you, little bastards. I completely adore you, little bastards. Okay? I just don't appreciate or like that little invention in your head you call God, that you talk to all the time, to try to be better than me, because after you die, you're going to show me up. I believe you. Most of you for 30 minutes till your brain shuts down. Yeah, I understand. God's for real. We're going to make a movie about it. We're sell a million movies and making the dash, right? Money are related. Nobody did all the gangbangers skip the drive-by tonight, huh? Oh, what a lucky night for you. You're going to do a triple-double and then rock the Poonanny to sleep, right? Do. It was a good day, huh? I hear footsteps in the dark. I don't. They come in to kill you. They've been poisoning me and abusing me and sexually compromising and abusing me and my family ever before I was born. They did the same to Jesus. They did the same to Moses. They say it's tiptoe through. This is thank you for my first album. Things that bother you never bother me. I'm just happy and gay, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. I mean, I'm just Tiny Tim, Slim. I'm good to go, yo. Drop off the key, Lee. Hop on the bus, Gus. Don't need to discuss much. Most people get it if they from the, my generation. They know what I'm talking about. Thank you for the 50 ways. Do I win a Grammy now? Just take the car and the money and go, Faye Dunaway, go. He set her up. He sure did, man. She had to tear up the note and go, God damn that man. He fucked me silly. Made me not want to be fucked by any man ever again. Left me to solve crimes. And left me holding the bag. Yeah. You ever seen the Thomas Crown Affair? How egotistical of your manipulation through money shit. Just drop off the key, Lee, and get yourself free. Yeah, he's like, what's brother? Is his name Eric or whatever? I don't know. No, Eric's Eric. What is Ice Cube's, Christendom name before he joined the Church of Rapatology? It's funny, I know. I almost saved my family by talking shit about other people who talk shit about other people who talk shit, rhyming is serious. I get it, Guru. But Keith, let me talk to Keith for a minute. Okay, thank you. Keith, I'd like to talk to you for a minute. Maybe this will help with Oscar. I hope so. I love her so much. I believe she's originally dreamed of, being a mom with a man. She just didn't like all the competition and the abuse. Women are mean and bitchy. You ain't nearly as hot as me. Not everybody wants to fuck. I don't want nobody to fuck me. I want a man who's capable of loving me, who's strong enough to love me, who's strong enough to love children without being a walking, talking, I can't control my dick disease, face, mouth, and body. I want a man that Ellis Fitzgerald sings, all of you. I love the east, the west, the north, and the south of you. Where have all the gracious good shepherds gone? Oh, we're still here. We just don't trend. We're not Caleb Williams dissing James, right? Who's that? He wasn't here when you was on the cover of the Rolling Stone. He was the year after of the cover of the Rolling Stone. Or did he? I don't know. Well, we're big rock singers. We got golden fingers, and we loved everywhere we go. We sing about booty. We sing about booty. They sing about booty. They don't sing about beauty. They ain't sing about the Lord's Prayer a day in their pathetic lives. We sing about booty, and we sing about truth, but they don't mean it, because all they think about is booty and money for booty and gold teeth and shit like Kurt Sinetti. I just want you to win here on the field. I want to make more money for booty too. At $10,000, at $100,000 a show, it's like $1 million something a show now. We take all kinds of pills to give us all kinds of thrills, but the Jardians will Discovery Never Know is the thrill that'll get you when you get your picture in the face of all the people that see you as the god of the show. Rolling Stone, gonna see my picture on the cover of Stone. I would die, feel so all alone. Lay, everybody must get stoned. Get stoned first, then we'll fuck silly, and then I'll call you up and we'll talk about diamonds and rust, bitch. Okay? It's me, Kilowatt. I'm getting out of jail today. That shit funny. I know. I didn't say Luna. Well, Luna dies in prison, so I said Kilowatt. Just might as well, he threw himself on the ground. You might as well just lay that old motherfucker down, right? What about Billy Rose also commits suicide? Luna and Billy Rose commit suicide. Kilowatt's the old man that they add another so many to a sentence, like they do me. You funny. I know. Let's raise the prisons to the ground. Let's raise people to... What was that? That was incarceration. And why did they incarcerate people? Because they indoctrinated and institutionalized them. Wow. So they thought if they locked them up and abused them, that they could get them to totally give in to and accept the Thomas Crown Affair. That's just bad shit crazy, right? What's happening? Those keys are jingling in my pocket. Why? Because you got to lock everything up because people are going to steal stuff. That's not King David's Israel. Somebody stole my coat. Here, take mine. Then you won't have one. Okay. Where's the spoon? Anybody want some soup? I'm coming to America. Hey, Simi, Get the fuck out of my hot tub. Okay, he ordered the hot tub. Akeem never ordered the hot tub. Simi ordered the hot tub because he was pretending to be Prince Akeem to try to get busy with Patrice, Lisa McDowell's sister. All right, she's cute. Yeah, she was very cute. She reminded me of a girl named Sharon White who had a crush on in the service, but I couldn't date because I was engaged to someone else. You still have crushes on people when you're married, guys. It still happens. Oh yeah, when you meet the woman that you're never, you still have somebody that comes along and, wow. If I had met you before I met Yolanda, we'd have even darker kids than I've got with Yolanda. Yeah, I like you. I like you too. I'm so glad I'm not King David. I'm so glad I'm able to pick up this phone like Lord Saladin commanded me to do outside of Fort Huachuca. And I want you to make more husbands for my wives, for my daughters. I want you to reach out and, I want you to be the cause of people choosing to be angels, okay? Of choosing joy over, I'm being creative. Create this motherfucker. Okay, do you understand? I'm serious. Rhyming is serious, right? Boom, 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 boom. Banana nut. Don't ever sell a banana nut muffin ever again. If you want banana nut bread, let those bananas sit till you know they're just right. And get the pecans and the sugar and the rest of the stuff. There's nothing wrong with sugar, guys. It's processed the same way cocaine is. That's a scientist trying to sell you bullshit and not avoid the blatantly obvious. Oh, carbon emission poisoning, extortion, exploitation. Buy my book, I Want to Be Rich and Wealthy, by manipulating you to make you eat a certain way, okay? Just because sugar and cocaine are processed the same way doesn't mean that hops and apple are the same plant, okay? Hi, how are you feeling? Okay. If you eat the coca leaf, okay, and you eat sugar cane, you're going to get a radically different response from the body. Okay. I've chomped on sugar cane with a Mexican farmer laughing his ass off because we thought, yeah, Mexican farmers are way different than Tennessee farmers. Okay. Yeah. Maybe, they'll send the sheriff after you and stuff. They laugh. Yeah, you're over there with your friends who don't have a machete and you're stomping on sugarcane stalks and he laughs and he goes, oh, to be a niño. We're over there feasting on his pomegranates and his sugarcane, and he's over there by the small ditch that goes to the back of the property for the rest of the garden, just smiling. He's laughing. He didn't even care. I was gringo, and it was obvious. And Paul was Irish, Puerto Rican, and Chris was Mexicano, but he didn't care. They're doing what I did when I was a kid. He was grinning. It was beautiful. Yeah. In the valley of the Rio Grande, in a garden of roses, he said he'd wait for me. And all you people that don't believe in me, well, if you're fortunate enough, if you believe in luck, you'll have 30 minutes of heaven with the little blonde kid and Jesus. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace out.